Alright. Hi everyone, this is Karen from Online Healing Community. Welcome to Creating Space. Basically, this is a space for us to share stories, share reflections related to personal growth and healing. And with us today are consciousness expansion companions, Mimo and Aubrey. Hi, Mimo and Aubrey. They're here. They're joining us from Lipa. There. Hi, Mimo
Kalapan!
and
Ayun ka naman.
Kala ko naman nakasunod pa kayo.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's our official residence, but we are
medyo
now.
confusing nga yung locations
Yes.
namin. But thank you for having us, Karen. Good evening.
Good evening, and
Good
to
evening.
everyone watching.
Thank you for being here. Nasa Kalapan pala kayo. Pero magkalapit lang kasi yun eh. Lipa,
Correct.
madali nang tumawid sa Kalapan. So today
That's
we're
right.
going to talk about simple, small, and slow living. Ang galing. Actually, I'm very excited for me. I really want to learn about this topic. But before we go there, before you teach us how to do this simple, small, and slow living lifestyle, may we know what were you involved in before you adopted your 3S?
Well, for one, we were residing in Manila, working in Manila. I was employed at the Sentro ng Alternatibong Linga Panlegal. It's for short, Saligan. And it's an alternative lawyers group, no, working with and for basic sectors like workers, farmers, women and children, urban poor. And it was a job I chose and have come to love, and it was fulfilling as well. So
Yeah.
specifically in Quezon City, we're located there in 2014.
Mm.
How about you?
How
Ako
about you,
naman,
Mima?
uh, I'm sure you know, many people know, though at least those who know me, na dati naman akong madre.
Mad-
No, I was in church work for many
Right.
years, and after that, I had a stint in GMA Kapuso Foundation. So while she was busy lawyering, I was busy going to typhoon-stricken areas, distributing relief goods. And then after that, I was working with the government. It's a special project in Malacanang under the Office of the President to to spread volunteerism among the young people and to engage them in nation building, bayanihan. We mobilized young people, lalo na noong after ng Yolanda and the Bohol earthquake in the restoration of the
Yeah.
ano,
So it was a
affected
regular.
area.
They were actually regular 9 to 5 jobs, as you'd
Yes.
say, no.
Oh, right.
Yeah. While we found city life fulfilling as well, so many avenues for
And we
growth.
loved our jobs.
Yes, we had friends. We were living near friends in Manila also, and enjoying the perks of city life. You can imagine that we had our share of time-consuming traffic, and especially since we are
Mm.
commuters, of course, to noise and air pollution.
Yeah.
And I think
Napagod.
the most challenging part was being more mindful not to get caught up in the hurried busyness, no?
Yeah.
Sobrang
Yeah.
busy, no? Yun.
Yeah.
So you were
That is,
busy while you were in the city because you have Aubrey, you're a volunteer lawyer, and then Mimo also is into, well, that's how Mimo describes
it's
it
not.
before.
She was
Volunteer
really. She
lawyering.
wasn't really volunteering, pero pretty
It
much the
was
same.
full-time work, yeah. But
Right.
yeah, and we had other activities also. You're living in Manila, and people have activities, and diba? So
Yeah.
even weekends are filled with yeah,
Yeah,
activities
a
again.
lot of activities, work related
Because you
also.
wait for Friday
Yeah,
and then you wait
yeah,
for weekends. So
Right. Right.
so that
So
was
what?
it was how it was
So it
like
was
before.
fast. So it was
Yeah,
fast. You're saying,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you can
mhm,
say.
it was fast. But how? What made you decide to change course and to change pace in a way?
Ikaw muna.
Long story short,
Convergence siguro.
practically speaking,
Um,
it was a series of events. No, in 2013, well, we lost my sister-in-law, Mimo's ate, to cancer. But around that time, we already learned plant-based nutrition. And then Mimo has health concerns as well. So that has always been something we really thought about and prayed about. If it was best for him to have a slower pace of life, and the country or the province has always been calling us. It's all maybe because we're all from this by heart.
Yes.
And also, I think in 2014, when we got married, no, church wedding, we started really envisioning our future, our shared life. And around that time also, no, we started being involved in the sustainability movement. So Mimo and I were already learning about sustainability and then helping raise awareness among organizations about environmental stewardship. So all
Yeah.
this confluence of factors, you can say.
Yeah, pero dun sa question ni Karen na what made us decide, yun nga, yun yung mga confluence of factors. But also because of the beauty of the triple S, no? Una, simple. Simple living is grateful living. Gustong-gusto namin yung sabi ng paborito naming author si Ronald Rolheiser that the best way to appreciate the gift, the best way to express your gratitude to the gift giver, more or less yun yung sabi niya, is to enjoy the gift. Sabi ko parang, ina-enjoy ba natin yung buhay natin? Parang there's so much about life that we seem to be missing simply because we're stuck in the big city. Again, we're not saying it is inferior to the life that we have now, but for us, parang hindi dito eh. So, yon yung una.
Yeah, so if we have a word for that reason, no, na minention ni Mimo, it would be celebration.
Yes.
So to celebrate life, because life is, life is beautiful, no, even with the challenges and the hardships, no, that it comes with. It needs to be celebrated. And when you say simple, kasi simplicity is about openness, no, and spontaneity and not being in control all the time. I mean, of course, there are things we can control and ourselves basically, but being open to life. So that free flow and the mystery of life that's open.
Yeah.
I mean, that's accessible to everybody. So it was for us a good reason to pursue simple living.
Yeah. Ano yung sunod? Simple?
Slow.
Slow.
Yeah, slow
Ah.
slow is necessary to create space for connection. So kung sa simple ay celebration, laging may S and C eh. Simple connection, simple ay celebration. Sa
Celebration.
slow naman, connection or relationship. Kasi naniniwala kami ni Aubrey that all of life is held together by relationships. Relasyon mo sa sarili, sa Diyos, sa kapwa, sa planeta,
Sa buhay mismo.
Sa buhay mismo, yeah.
How do you see life, diba? Is it a gift, no? Despite the difficulties, or do you feel like you're in a perennial fight or struggle with life? So that relationship also with life, no, because we wanted that connection, no, slow living
It's
gave
the way
us
to
that.
go.
Gave us that.
Yeah.
So it's not so much it's like this, no, it's, for example, with work, no, I'll give an example. It's not productivity that dictates our pace, no, it's meaning. So whatever is meaningful to us, then we try to do that. So kahit wala kami ginagawa, or I mean days of doing nothing, those are also meaningful to us.
Yes.
Because we get rest, we are rested, no, we can do other things, no, other than work. So that's it for slow living for us.
In fact, because of that slow pace that we started to embrace, we had enough time to visit our families, to spend time with friends, to schedule a vacation every few weeks or months. Unlike when we were tied to our jobs. Baligtad nga eh, di ba sa internet, you have to have you have to have a fast connection. To connect, kailangan mabilis yung
Internet.
Internet.
Sa buhay, baligtad eh. To enhance connection, dapat mag-slow down. To savor the the presence of the people you come across with.
And
Yun,
finally, yung small.
small. Yung small naman, ang sinon ay coherence. Kasi it's not so much about the appearance or the way you package your
your
life, but it's really about coherence. Kasi pag maliit, mas
Tight.
mas
Mas tight.
tight, mas nabibigyan mo rin ng attention. So magkakadikit yung simple, slow, at saka small.
Yeah, and I think what I can add to small is that you feel, I mean, how you live
Tama.
mirrors what you believe, no? So yung congruence, no? And if you feel that, you feel, diba? I mean, light, and you feel put together. So a life that's put together can be small, no? So for example, we believe that we want, no, we desire that our house is with white spaces, so we don't have, furniture that clutters that space. So what you believe dictates, no, what you do, what you
Yeah.
choose. So it's like that. Small living is for coherence, no, in our lives.
It appears countercultural, pero kasama yun dun sa choice ng Triple S na we are grateful for the life that we have, and we really do not subscribe anymore. At least we attempt. It's not always easy, pero the conscious choice is to be thankful for what we have and celebrate life for what it is, for the giftedness that it's already giving us. So parang hindi kailangang makipagkompetensya, hindi kailangang maging malaki palagi. Not that masama. I mean, if it works for others, why not? Pero sa amin, ang sarap lang maglinis ng maliit na bahay kasi hindi doon nauubos sa paglilinis yung panahon mo. Nakakapahinga ka, nakakapag-meditate ka, nakakapag-garden ka. Pero pag masyadong malaki lahat, ubos na yung oras mo, lagi kang multitasking, mataas din ang stress level. To put it simply.
That's true. So how does it look like? Like, how does a day in your life look like? And how does a week look like? How does a month look like?
Wow, a day. It's simple. If we don't have a common schedule, no, we wake up
Leisurely.
different hours, 8-ish, 9-ish, and then Mimo meditates. I also do my spiritual readings and stretches, coffee together, breakfast together, and then we discuss things, or maybe talk about the news over breakfast. Plan a bit if we have shared work during the day. And then after the chores, because we don't have help. I mean, in Lipa or here, no help. So it's chores, no, are on us, and it's okay. They're as important, no,
Yes.
as the work.
Hindi kami nang
Was it
hihinayang.
intentional to not get help? Because in the Philippines, you can always hire help, right? Was it intentional not to hire help?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kasi dalawa lang naman kami. So
Hindi lang yun. It also helps us to be grounded at makita na, yun nga, part nung Triple S perspective is we treat work, the time that we dedicate to work, as equally valuable as the time that we dedicate to house chores. So, for example, halimbawa, hindi namin nagawa yung module na ginagawa namin kasi naubos yung time ko sa kusina o siya sa garden. Hindi kami, pareho kasi silang, especially if you relish the moment while you are doing the chore or the task. Ayun. Ano siya, parehong magaan, marang
Yes.
complete yung maghapon pa rin.
So we have separate desks. We just work on what we're working on, and then lunch together also, and then nap. No, we take siestas.
Wow.
Minsan
That's every
prolong.
day? You have naps every
Yes.
day?
Yes, hanggat maaari.
Wow, I love that. I
Walang
could only
webinar.
afford that on weekends.
Sobrang siesta, no? Sobrang, I don't know. But we don't call ourselves tamad. In fact, it helps us become more, focused and productive. And afternoon snacks with family, also conversations here and there, and
Playing with
pets,
pets.
feeding them. And then dinner, we take early dinners, watch the news together also.
Work a
and
bit still.
Work a bit.
If there's work
Maybe
to do.
wind the day down with some movie or yun
Netflix
lang.
time.
And a
Wow.
week is basically or mostly just 7 days of that. Pre-pandemic, it was different because we were locally, moving around, no, traveling together for work. So, pero ganun pa
Yeah,
rin, no?
pretty much the same apart
Yeah.
from the fact that we move around. Pero lagi pa rin magkasama.
Right. And you also, what I notice is there are many spaces in your day. Like you have naps and you always share meals together and there's time for reading. It's not fast. Well, of course, it's so slow. It's not like one task to the next, one task to the next. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, we just grew
How did you
tired.
transition? But you came from a fast-paced life. I know Mimo was an executive director for a foundation, and also after that, you worked for the government. And Aubrey, you were lawyering. That was a fast lifestyle, and then you slowed down. But how was the transition from the fast lifestyle to the slow lifestyle?
Hindi namin namalayan eh. Pero
Bakit nga ganun?
it was like, yeah, it's,
Parang we were built for that pace.
Oo.
Siguro, naturally, slow lang kami pareho.
pero spiritually, ako actually, I'm
More
clearly
full of
I'm
energy.
extroverted, full of energy. I get energized when I am with people. Pero I always longed for quiet, for solitude. At gustong-gusto ko yung buhay namin ngayon. So, hindi kami nahirapan. Mas hirap talaga kami noong nasa big city kami. So, parang we kind of knew this is what our souls wanted even before. Parang we just had to mindfully allow life to lead us.
I love that. Allow life to lead us. Was it easy to let life lead you?
Oh, very.
Actually, no. Like ako, personally, I had doubts, no? Because I was
tama
leaving
naman.
a comfort zone. I mean, unlike Mimo, I've been living in
yes.
Manila for, half of my life probably,
Yeah.
no? And my job was a comfort zone. I loved my job. So, yung work environment, iiwanan ko, and all faces familiar also. So, I had doubts. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't easy, but I had to trust, no, that I was being led there because we prayed about it naman. We really thought about it. So I really just had to be accountable, no, for that choice. And as it turned out, it worked for us, for me also.
Yeah.
So, yun.
Of course, when we say it's easy, we're not saying na walang moments of, na
Struggle.
ambiguous or we struggle. We ask, sustainable ba to? Especially during the early months nung unang taon na pareho kaming jobless. And ang
Wait,
biro
wait.
nga
So you moved to the province without jobs? You just
oh yes.
really moved without security?
Same day nag-tender kami ng resignation sa aming mga respective offices and then nag-move kami sa Lipa, no jobs whatsoever. I just knew na ako gusto ko at kung baka sasama siya sa akin during that time ako muna eh. I'd like to kasi I always knew I was cut out for training facilitation, what we're doing now. Pero yung exactong forma at kung sustainable ba to, kung meron bang clients if ever, parang hindi ganun kalinaw yun. But,
correct. And then to complement that part of the process, I also tried, of course, no, looking for opportunities, no, for me naman as a lawyer also. Bonus kung developmental lawyering. Pero I mean, I was also, drawn, no, to the work that he does, or he did at least, no, at the beginning. And yun nga, nag-gel lang lahat, no. Everything just fell into place.
Yeah.
Well, what did your friends and family say when you jumped? When you just simply moved from Manila to Lipa?
Correct. Yung tatay ko nga was shocked. I mean, I think he couldn't believe na I would, leave the job that I would always tell him I wanted, or I've been really planning to have. So I just really, I engaged with in a talk with him and express na ito yung nakita ko na hindi naman kasi, I mean, fluid naman kasi, no, hindi linear yung potential. So I think he was more concerned about where are you headed, mga ganyan. So families actually asked us that, and we appreciate we
Yes.
appreciated their candor also, no? I mean, yung comfort na tanungin kami, and it was a perfect opportunity then to,
Mm.
you know,
Meron akong standard
explain.
na sagot dun eh. Kasi we would have
Yes.
friends who would ask us, so, pareho kayo nag-resign? Yung iba naghirap na hirap maghanap ng trabaho, pareho kayo nag-resign. So,
Mm.
anong ginagawa nyo ngayon? Ano ngayon ang tawag sa inyo? Sabi ko, simple lang, kalad ka rin.
Kalad ka rin.
Kasi handa kaming magpakaladkad sa spirit kung saan kami dalahin.
Oh wow, I love that. But it takes a lot of courage to actually leave, like Aubrey was saying, to leave a comfort zone. I actually know Obs way back from high school, and I knew then that she really wants to be a lawyer. That was I know that's something that she really, really loves to do, and she left something that she loves to pursue, and then in a way an inspiration. And me, what you're saying, the spirit is leading you there, but there was no security. Like,
Yeah,
you were
Yeah,
left there.
yung sabi mo na,
parang faith.
yeah, courage. I'm not sure about that kasi
What is
we
that?
were faking it.
And no, but she's right. That
Yeah,
was courage, no? Di lang tayo aware.
yeah.
I was like that. And people say, because people say, you just take one step of courage, and God will give you a thousandfold of help. But that step is like you're on top of the cliff, and the one step is one step off the cliff. So you're not sure if there's a net that's going to catch you when you fall, or you'll suddenly grow wings and you fly. So it kind of feels like that when you're sharing their story.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Ganda nun, Karen.
So I love it's something that I really want to do for myself also. I mean, move to the province and like that. But I need
Go!
more. Not
Let's
yet.
go.
Oh yeah,
On!
I would love to. Yeah, that's why I really want to talk to you guys. How did you do that? How did you just like, okay, I will do this even without. I don't have a job in the province. My father had to sit me down and ask me, "Where is your life heading? Are you sure?" But how do you do that in spite of all these things?
Yeah.
For people who want to, yeah, for people like me who just want to go to the province and live a small, simple, and slow life, how do we begin?
Wow. One really begins with one's life, no?
Yeah.
We always say that you have to know what you want. So know what you want and then take action. So we're talking here about awareness and responsibility for your life. So,
Yeah.
well, why is it important to know what you want? Kasi usually we know what we don't like or what we don't want. No? We say we don't like traffic, we don't like
Traffic.
family conflict, we don't like the job I have right now, we don't like the people I work with.
Yeah.
Pero there's something that, almost magically, there's something that magically happens, no, when you say, when you declare that I want this. So only you can answer that, diba? So maybe it's not, you don't, maybe you also don't like traffic, but what you
Yeah.
want is maybe a safe and stress-free ride to work. So it becomes, I mean, diba, mas life-giving yung scenario, because when you declare that, when you become more intentional about your life, then it attracts, no? It makes you act on it. Like, maybe someone still cuts you if you're driving, but you're kinder, you're
Tama.
more
Yeah.
accepting, you're more relaxed on the road. You don't like family conflict, but maybe what you want is family harmony. So even if people are different in the family, you're more listening, you're more
You take
forgiving.
responsibility because you know
Yes.
what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Mm.
this step kasi, crucial step for us, na know what you want. Um
Gusto namin ng buhay na hindi mabigat. So ito. So
Mm.
ganun din, we wouldn't tell you if you want to follow us, to just follow us.
yeah,
You ask first yourself.
yes.
Yeah.
Siguro
And
yun yung una. Pangalawa, be patient siguro.
yeah.
Be patient. Allow life to unfold for you. Kasi madalas when we are so much in charge, leaving little or no room for life to do it. Kasi parang ganito eh. We always see ang buhay ay isang laban. Yes, tama naman. Pero you're a part of life. Hindi ka kalaban ng
In fact,
hindi
it's taking care of
it's
you, eh.
life will take care of you. You just have
Mm.
to trust life to lead you where it wants to bring you. I imagine, Karen, you're familiar with the book Tuesdays with Maury, may
Yeah.
kwento doon si Maury na sabi niya, "You're not a wave, you're part of the ocean." So gustong-gusto namin 'yun. Oo nga ano. So nung umalis kami ng big city to start living the life that we have now, yun din parang medyo alam namin ang gusto namin, hindi medyo, alam namin ang gusto namin pero ano kaya ang mangyayari hindi namin alam. Life took care of us.
Yeah, so and you can learn from other people. So many people. I think this is already like a growing movement, no? I mean, part nga ng consciousness expansion din no ng mundo. Like when you uh stay attuned to the times also,
Yes.
and then you learn from other people.
However,
But you curate your life
yes.
according to God's unique design.
In short, wag mong ikumpara yung sarili mo kay Mimo o kay Karen o
Or sa iba na
sa
nakikita
iba.
natin. Yeah, it
May,
has to be.
may
Yeah.
unique na design ang Diyos para sa iyo eh. Kung meron mang
Mm.
pagkakapare-pareho, siguro yung pagmamahal,
Right.
yung papaakay sa buhay yon, pero yung saktong itsura, iba-iba yan para sa bawat tao.
I love what Aubrey said about curating your life. You curate your life, and then you also say it also the both of you talk about intentionality. Like you have to ask yourself, what is it that you really want? And you're right. People ask themselves, what is it that I don't like? Or we talk about most people. The normal conversation is, I don't like this or I don't like that. But yeah, that's a crucial question that each of us has to ask ourselves. What is it that you like? That you like? Or what is it that you want for your life?
Yeah.
Two of you, what is it? Of course, you talk about gratitude and and being coherent and having meaningful relationships and putting meaning in everything that you do. Is there anything else that you want from your life or in your life?
Ang hirap. Biglang
Siguro
nahirapan.
if there's anything that, to continue to be life-giving.
Yes, I was about to say that.
Oh
Kasi siguro
wow,
yun yung
you're in
punot
sync.
dulo. When you are life-giving, you are not, it's always, it requires a certain self-emptying on your part, but on the other hand, hindi rin eh. Your life becomes a lot more meaningful, a lot more complete when you're dedicated to self-donation.
How does it look like being life giving, living a life of giving? Obs.
Um, well, first I have to act on the truth that I am always enough, know that I am always filled and loved and supported, so that I can also love and support, no, and feel others. Yung original para sa amin yun eh, non-negotiable na um, I am a child of God, no? Saan man ako makarating. So, that alone, no, sustains you kasi even when you doubt yourself, no, I can always count on that source of validation that I am loved, no? And that's it. It just directs how I probably act. No, of course, maraming failures, no, blunders along the way,
Yeah.
like, but and again, that pushes me or that encouraged me to also be forgiving of myself because I know nga that I am enough and that I am worthy, that I am loved. So, um, yun eh.
Yeah.
Even with my experience, for example, if I can just be a bit personal here, yung story ng healing ko sa family, that was what is, encouraging me now or enabling me to be more life-giving as a person, not just as a daughter or, as a person, as a woman, but as a human being. So yun, and then you just magnify that in a life that you share with another person, or in our case, for example, our partnership or our relationship, and then there's an overflow of that. I
Yeah.
think, no, truth.
Yes.
So it becomes a life-giving cycle.
Siguro yun eh. Strictly interconnected kasi tayong lahat na wala akong pwedeng ibigay sa'yo na hindi mo rin kayang ibigay. Magkaiba lang yung pagbibigay natin flowing from our original unchanging worth. So, ang nangyayari, pag nagbibigay ka ng ganon, life-giving ako, pero natural consequence muna siya. Natural consequence siya ng homecoming to myself. So, it's not really about what I can do for the world eh. It will naturally happen na what I am passionate about, for example, ito siguro yung mga pagsusulat ko sa Facebook, pagbibigay namin ng training. Gusto namin yon, pero yun yung maganda yan, magka-align yung gusto namin at saka yung palang pwede naming maibigay sa mundo as a gift. Pero lahat yon bumukal doon muna sa rekindling that immutable worth that we have, which is totally different from self-esteem. Kasi yun nga, we make that distinction. Self-esteem kasi is being preoccupied about what others will think of you. No, but who you are. That's your worth, not what others think of you. But knowing who you really are, it's your permanent original worth.
Wow, know your worth and flow from your worth. And then it
Yes.
becomes natural to give to others. But first, in a way, take care of yourself first. And Obi talks
Yes.
about heal the self first
Yeah.
and then come from worthy, from you are
Yeah.
worthy. Well, it's just so interesting that you talk about that because also you were talking about something personal. I was also struggling with that. And a lot of people struggles with that I am not worthy. And, but it's, yeah, but it's when I realize when somebody realizes na parang yeah I'm enough. It's a different approach. I agree with you. When like before I sorry yeah when I come from non-worthy it's different, and then when you come from worthy it's a whole new
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
It's a whole new life. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Guys, meet. Were you like that at this when the two of you met initially? Were you at that phase that okay, we have those beliefs already, or did you help each other out in that process?
Medyo.
Siguro, pero hindi pa totally revealed. But I would like to believe that
Of
merong
course siya, no?
sense.
I
Yeah.
guess, yeah, I can say that. I mean, honestly, hindi kita binubola. Pero ako, no, I was looking for myself. No, I was, yeah, maybe also rebuilding, no, because of what? Tagal, when we met ba or when we started the lifestyle?
Yeah, I mean, not even like how did you get to that point? Like everything just so aligned. When and
Ah,
we finish off each other's sentences. Your life is so
okay.
aligned. It's not like you're preaching. You're
Oh,
actually living the
you
life
I
that you
wanted to say,
want.
we continue to argue every now and then.
How
Pero
we
yes.
still like that we're totally different people still, no?
Yeah.
We
Yes,
still like
yes.
that. We wanted to, but yeah, I guess because yeah, same belief systems na reveal naman sa amin yon, and then the work no that we put in together also. I think no, and the struggles no, maraming infightings no.
Yeah. I would
So
say yeah, when you said that,
nagpo-purify kasi yon.
yes, shared vulnerability then that creates that space for shared growth. Kasi
Yes.
pareho kayong nag-struggle, pareho kayong ina-acknowledge ninyo yung mga shadows ng isa't isa. Pero dahil mayroong mutual acceptance, meron ding mutual enrichment.
Yeah.
So struggle leads to acceptance and then leads to enrichment. Speaking of struggle, we have to talk about COVID-19. How were you able to use your 3S during the pandemic?
Oo nga,
Oo.
yeah, I think yung 3S's namin were really a blessing to us through and through, especially during the pandemic. We kind of prepared for it. No, of course we were not prepared. No, it's still a terrible time, but yun, yung time
Helped
for
a lot.
solitude, yung days
Yeah.
of doing nothing, being at home. We've had that for the past,
5-6 years.
yes.
So, yeah.
So we just really had to, I mean, every time we wake up, no, at least for the last 9 months, we just remain grateful that we're still here and we keep renewing the choice, no, to live that lifestyle. And then we leveled off with family. So because we want to support one another, we just didn't want to be supported by them. also want to support them in how they're living their lives here in Mindoro. And what else?
Yun na yun. Siguro nga, apart from the safety and health protocols, the new normal is something that is that's
Kind of familiar.
familiar territory for us because
Mm.
of the triple S lifestyle.
Familiar yet scary, no? Kasi
Yeah.
nga, yun, we've
Yeah,
had those.
yeah. Pero for example, we hear of friends and families who agonize about missing the malls and the usual
Yes.
movements. Hindi na namin nami-miss yun. Parang ganun.
Nami-miss pa rin naman.
Paminsan-minsan, pero
Oo.
hindi masyado talaga.
But not like it
Mm.
would leave,
Yeah.
deep
Nami-miss.
aches. Or
Ay,
hindi na kami
Yes.
ache
in the last 9 months, isang beses lang dyan lumabas ng bahay.
Wow, just once. Oh, twice daw. She left the house
Ako
twice.
every
But,
week kasi ako
mm,
namamalengke eh.
ay, wow. So wait, is it easy so you're saying it's easier for you to actually adapt to the pandemic because of your triple S, because you kept your life small, simple, and slow.
Yes.
Definitely, we are not immune to feeling anxiety every now and then, lalo na in the
Yes.
beginning. Pero, it was, yeah, you can say it was easy. And siguro nakatulong din
Easier.
yung what we do
Easy.
is allows us to accompany people. And when you are
Connected.
connected to people, and
And you make time for, kasi yun nga one principle kasi no sa Triple S's lifestyle is that you you pursue what matters most, no? And when you're doing that, madaling makahanap ng meaning. So even in hopeless times like the pandemic, meron kang packets of meaning and, significance and purpose. Yan. And bonus siya when you share them with others or collectively you get to experience that. So online was like, I mean, the online world was also a refuge for us kasi nakatulong din yun for
Yeah.
us to still find, warmth and human connection and acceptance and all that.
may na-realize ako, Karen, during the pandemic.
Yes.
When I turned 50, part of our new ways of celebrating our birthdays, for example, when I turned 50, I decided to reduce to 50 items yung wardrobe ko, including the the undergarments. So 50. Sabi ko, kaya ko to, kaya ko to. At talaga naman kaya ko, hindi ko siya nagamit. But because of the pandemic, na-realize ko, hindi lumalampas ng 15 items yung kailangan kong damit. And I thought, wow, and all this time, ang dami kong ginastos noon sa mga kung ano-anong damit na, again, we would like to make it clear, it's not really about the number of clothes that you have, but pero yung what adds value to your life. And this pandemic highlighted that for us na konti lang pala talaga kailangan natin to have a meaningful life. Na hindi naman kami mukhang miserable o dugyot, di ba?
No, 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 not at all. Both of you echo the same thing over and over. I hear the word meaning. Paulat-ulat, paulat-ulat. Both of you, very important that there's meaning in what you do. And it doesn't matter if you're doing the chores or talking to a crowd or giving workshops as long as it's meaningful. What is a meaningful life?
Wow.
Na philosophical
For
lang.
you, hindi for you, when they say that, okay, this is it, check, meaningful. Ay, but you don't do checks also, no? It feels like, yeah, meron ba kayong checks? Mark list
Oo
nyo,
naman.
no?
Yeah. Siguro, ewan ko
Helps keep
sa
us
akin,
Bucket
system.
list?
a meaningful life is when your beliefs, your values, your passion are aligned. Your
Yeah.
spirituality included, of course, values na. And even your treasured relationships. When all these are aligned, it's a meaningful life.
Mm, okay. And
Yes,
you
I
really
agree.
pursue that, no? I see how
Yeah.
Mhm.
much time you give to your family. Like every time I talk to you, you guys are usually you're going to Mindoro or coming home from the province, which says that you really give time for family. Yeah. Relationships. And then
Dami pang
pursuing also what's meaningful. Yeah, ang
yeah.
galing. But let's talk about what you do because one source of meaning is your work. You are consciousness expansion companions. There, I got it right.
Mm.
Can you please tell us what more about that?
Um, Parang ano lang siya, another term for lifelong learners. Because I think that's what we found, I mean, for the past 6 years, no, we continue to learn talaga. And we have to remain open, no, to growth. And the work na Mimo began, which I, sometimes or often join, is really, yun nga, training work that's not on hard skills or
Yes.
technical skills, but on life skills or soft skills, and more on
Which more
really,
often than not are already present in us.
yes,
Kailangan lang i-recognize, itap.
we call them inner resources, diba?
Yeah.
So we just need to, and it gets validated over and over kasi a lot of, uh, um, I mean, groups would say na, oh, ito pala yung kailangan talaga nila. So, we talk about relationships, we talk about, again, self-worth, no? That's very close to my heart as well, no? Pwede mong pag-usapan ng self-worth at you can change the culture of a company or,
Yeah.
dynamics, relational dynamics of an organization
Yeah.
just by talking about self-worth, no?
Even your attitude at work will
Yeah.
will be transformed pag nagbago din yung pagtingin mo sa sarili. Lahat.
Yes. And also, we try to insert or integrate na rin. Over time, we have fortunately integrated our advocacies. For example, we believe in and work for gender equality and positive discipline and
Environmental stewardship,
and sustainability. No?
intentional living.
May companies kami, we would encourage them to let go of the water, bottled water. So during training, hindi na
We
yun
have to
kasama sa
explain to them
training
na,
namin.
oo,
But we have green policies during training. So meaning we we allow people to learn about how to be more responsible for the spaces that we occupy, because
yeah.
that's a thing, with caring for the planet and caring for one another. No, we have to, at the very least, be responsible for the spaces that we occupy. So may ganun kami. We try to integrate this. And I think one of my favorites, under consciousness expansion, the approach that is the unitive spirituality, no? That we include everybody. No, we can talk to everyone. We can respect everyone. No, hindi naman talaga that you earn respect. Actually, when you talk about respect, you can give it. So you can give it to everybody. And
Yeah.
inclusion, no? I think unitive
Yeah.
spirituality talks about inclusion as well, no one left behind. So even in our training approach, we try to do that. You might want to
Yeah.
add.
Mm.
Yun, ang tanong ba ni Karen ay about consciousness expansion or what we
Yes.
are
Yeah, I
doing?
think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
consciousness expansion.
Yeah.
So
That's
even
correct.
even with the work that you do, everything is aligned, no? And that's the message in what you do, your life. Everything is aligned. The principles, you always come from the principles, and then what do you believe, and then that's how you live your life. Even with your work, it it aligns. It's not just you're not just talking about, for example, inner resources. It's about being mindful of the space, like Aubrey said. I love your word about spirituality, unitive spirituality. It's the first time I heard that.
We borrowed it from a favorite author.
Yes, unitive so yung non-dual consciousness na
Yeah.
hindi na
Black
dito
and
ka, na
white
we
or
try, even personally or on our own, no, private conversations, we try not to be that, na parang kami ni Mimo, we're like a defended camp. Meaning, like, dapat ganito. It's not
No.
like that, no? So it doesn't work anymore because it constricts compassion, or I mean limits, no,
Yeah.
kindness and all that. So I guess we have to be like more encompassing. We've seen the writings on the wall. Ito naman na yung feeling ko
Yeah.
pupuntahan din natin.
Unitive spirituality, if we may say so, is it's the spirituality that is very much present, I would say, I dare say, in most if not all major religions,
Religions.
na naniniwala na every human being, every creature in the planet, in the universe, all of us are interconnected. So yun eh. It's something inherent sa atin. Part tayo
Yes.
ng isang magandang sangnilikha. And the moment we expand our consciousness to this unchanging truth, everything changes. Kanina nung sinasabi mo, for example, na ang ganda, ang galing niyo kasi nakaalan. The credit does not really, should not go to us eh. Kasi parang, paakay lang kami sa buhay. Parang ang dami din naming sablay, dami din naming tanong.
Yes.
Pero it is the very, the continually expanding consciousness
Or the soul.
or the soul. Parang whenever we make that choice, our soul to be reconnected to the soul, and that includes all of us, notwithstanding race and a specific religion or gender
Political
or
beliefs.
political beliefs. Yun eh. At yun, ang pinaka-expression ng ano ay compassion. Compassion.
Wow, so everybody's interconnected and we're all connected. And yeah, if you believe that, then you'll embrace everyone and you'll embrace every living thing. If you
Yes.
believe that, yeah, all of us are interconnected. And I guess that's what we lost. That's why we're in the rut we're in,
Ha.
in a way.
Yeah.
Each man for himself or herself. But yeah, but what I know, yeah, and but now we're coming together. I'll show you the new, ano, the new poster because um, we change it.
Still trying to insert that, yes.
Yeah, I love it. Speaking of unity of spirituality, I feel that yeah, that's what we. Well, also in the event that Mima, Aubrey, and I co-created together. Yeah, we included everybody. We have 32 speakers in the field of health and wellness, business, arts, sports, science, community development, and spirituality. And
Yes.
yeah, when you talk about unity of spirituality, yeah, this is it. Everybody coming together, no?
Hmm.
And different, like we have babaylans, but we also have priests, and we have sound healers, we have Reiki, we have pranic healing. But everybody's working together towards the same goal, so why not come
Yeah.
Yes.
together?
That's why we're so thankful, really, Karen, to you, to I, to everyone involved in the staging of this 4-day festival. Kasi parang, wow, mga katribo.
Yes. Thank you so much for this
No, thank you
project.
so much for saying yes. Like you said, I think it's the same with us. We're just responding to a call. Like, we're really not sure if this is going to happen. We just said, let's just try. Yeah. Let's just try if people will resonate. And people like you said yes. So we're really happy. And you know, we're also look following the spirit like the two of you. Yeah. That's so. But you're going to talk about hope-based resilience here.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We have a
What will they
schedule. Thank
expect?
you for
We have
giving
a
us a slot.
schedule.
Um,
No, thank you for saying yes to us.
so it's Saturday. We're going to talk about uh
How to nurture
yes,
hope-based
hope-based
resilience.
resilience on Saturday, December 5, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Recently the word resilience has gotten a bad reputation for that, and we somehow
Yeah.
feel that, and we can relate with that because it's kind of tiring to be always be called resilient, like as a
Mga Pilipino,
cop out, or like
bayan niya.
an excuse for us, whether we're in government or the public or the citizens, to not be responsible or Excellent. But it doesn't mean that we're not resilient. Actually,
Yeah.
we are. And there is a kind of resilience that um, never,
that can help us navigate this pandemic or
yes,
even any
and can
crisis.
override what they even call surge given crisis. It is sourced from an inexhaustible,
Power of hope.
yes, well,
Yes.
and it is hope. So
Yeah.
with hope, we hope that everyone can, I mean, you can
Yeah.
join that workshop.
So we would like to make a clear distinction that resilience, or the way we would like to explain it or to live it is not not totally the same as mental toughness or angas. Maganda yon, importante yon. Pero it's something that really, springs from hope
And is
and
limitless.
is limitless,
So
inexhaustible.
we will try to reclaim that shared human capacity for hope and
Yes.
resilience through that workshop on Saturday.
Yes. So be there,
Wow. So
please.
yes, yes, please join Obs and Mimo. Oh, it's all, you know what, we've been talking for an hour. It felt like it's just been a few minutes, really.
Ang bilis.
Ang bilis, bilis. And so we usually wrap up with some kind of a reflection, song, or poetry. Mimo, I know you've prepared something for the audience. I will get out of this space now and I will pass you over to Mimo for this last part.
Yeah.
You want to tell them about the song also?
Yes.
Yes.
That exit.
Siguro, yes. It's lalo na magpapasko po, and we thought that the best image for the triple S lifestyle is the manger or sabsaban. Kasi simple siya, dukha siya, ah, tahimik siya. And the very image of manger or sabsaban invites us to revisit that original first silent Christmas. So, sana po wag nating isipin at because of the pandemic, malungkot ang Pasko. Hindi naman pagka mado, malungkot agad. Kasi pwede pong ang saya-saya at ang ingay-ingay sa paligid. Pero malungkot ka naman. Pero pwede rin na, katulad ngayon, limited yung movement natin because of the pandemic. Pwedeng totoo pa rin. At baka nga mas maganda na may pagkakataon tayo ngayon, thanks to the pandemic, to be able to see Christmas in a new light. So, kakantahin ko po ang isang awit na sinulat ko many years ago. Nalimutan ko na kung kailan. Ang pamagat po ay Kulay ng Pasko. Kay gandang pagmasdan ang kapaligiran dahil sa taglay na kulay ng Pasko. May kulay ba ang Pasko? Pula, puti ba o ginto o kahit ano? May kulay ba ang Pasko? Subalit pawang mali mga kulay na nabanggit. Hindi mo ba batid ang kulay ng pag-ibig? Ang kulay ng Pasko di mo makikita kailanman. Ito'y nararamdaman kung tayo'y nagmamahalan. Ang kulay ng Pasko kung nais mong masdan, matatagpuan lamang sa abang sabsaban. Mga parol at Christmas tree, bagong sapatos at salamin, kulay nila'y kay ganda. Subalit kulang pa kahit na punong-puno ang medyas ni Santa Claus, hindi pa rin ganap ang nadaramang galak. Mga batang nagkakaroli, awit nila ay iyong dinggin, nagsasabing kulay di sapat kung puso sa pag-ibig ay salat. Ang kulay ng Pasko di mo makikita kailanman. Ito nararamdaman kung tayo'y nagmamahalan. Ang kulay ng Pasko kung nais mong masdan, matatagpuan lamang sa abang sabsaban. Ang kulay ng Pasko kung nais mong masdan, nagliliwanag kay tingkad, nagniningning o kay ganda, matatagpuan lamang sa abang sabsaban.
Thank you for that beautiful. It feels like a reflection. And it encapsulates everything we talk about. It's really about
Sorry.
meaning. No, it's so
Go ahead, Karen. Sorry.
beautiful. I love it. It's so beautiful. Like when you talk about small, simple, and slow living, like Aubrey said, the core is what is it that you want for your life? And Mimo, you said it runs counter to the natural of to the flow of life here in the city, the small, simple, and slow. But I think that's where everybody's going back. That's where you're right. That's where everybody's headed, and that's what you said. That's what pandemic showed us that we can just really go back to basics, and we don't need so many things. And it's not about productivity. It's about meaning and finding meaning in everything, not just in work, but in chores. I kind of get it. It's everything aligning. The work, the chores, well, both have meaning and everything in your life aligning. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you,
Final,
Karen.
Karen. Thank you so
thank
much.
you. Final words for everybody watching and listening, and also be people are thinking of following small, simple, and slow living.
Follow us on Facebook
Ah,
because we
Yes,
share there.
yes,
Yes.
please.
We share our lifestyle, our shared spirituality and advocacies. Yung Facebook page, although nasa pangalan ko siya, yung Mimo Perez Facebook page. It's a part of our online advocacy to use Facebook as platform to spread positivity and inspiration. Of course, the triple S lifestyle. Pero final words, kumanta na ako. So ikaw na mag-final
no,
words.
I guess Karen, no, I think we're all agreed na wherever we are, no, we can live meaningful lives wherever we are. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, some locations just probably make it harder for some, but
Yes. You may be in a city
yeah,
still.
we have a built-in capacity to pursue that life. Eh. So I guess no, we would end na lang din with another favorite part in Tuesdays with Mori where there's this reminder to always, when you wake up in the morning, just imagine that there's a little bird on your shoulder and then ask the little bird, is this a day I'm going to die? Is this a day I'm going to die? Maybe if you ask that often enough, then it becomes clearer to you what's important, what do you have to do today, who do you want to talk to today. It's like that, no? So
Yeah.
to us that's small, simple, and slow living because we only get one life, and so we hope we make it count.
Yes.
Right. We only have one life and let's make it count. It's beautiful. Let's end with that. Make our
Yes,
lives
definitely.
count.
Thanks.
Yes. Thank you so much. And um you can see Coach Mima and Aubrey again this Saturday. So for
Yes.
hope-based resilience. So please join us for that workshop. Thank you again, Obs and Mimo, for joining us. We'll see you for Kaya Natin to this Saturday. And thank you
Yes.
Yes.
everyone for being here. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you. Bye for now. We'll see you
Bye.
soon. Bye.